Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Swallowed Star 2 origin continent based on novel. So let's start. Channeling divine power to execute the killer move All Worlds as One, he unleashed thousands of spear attacks in a single breath, and the combined force put a great strain on himself. This move consumed about 1/10 of his divine power. Heijumo was well aware that if he were to withstand such an attack head-on, his godly body would definitely collapse. Yet, this unfamiliar eternal true god actually withstood it. I can't afford to wear him down. Heijumo's 3 heads grew colder in the eyes. To kill him, I must shatter his godly body in one fell swoop. There's only one way left, to use the forbidden move of the Black Sky Spear technique. I refuse to believe he can withstand that. Without hesitation, Heijumo executed the forbidden move of the Black Sky Spear technique, and at this moment, in Luo Feng's view, Heijumo's towering figure seemed to explode, with an immense surge of divine power boiling over. Heijumo instantly burned 50% of his godly body's power. A typical eternal true god unleashing such a mighty force would scatter it, struggling to control it. But Heijumo, using the immense divine power he set ablaze, executed the forbidden move of the Black Sky Spear technique. Black Sky Destruction. With an increasingly icy gaze, Heijumo swung his 8 spears. Incredible divine power poured into the 8 spears, and as they swung, their phantoms naturally converged into a black shadow as imposing as a pillar from the heavens, with Heijumo himself merging into that heavenly pillar-like shadow. The pillar-like black shadow came crashing down. The Black Sky Spear technique's forbidden move, Black Sky Destruction, was Heijumo's desperate move. If he couldn't kill his enemy with this move, he would escape with all his might without a second's hesitation. Impressive. Luo Feng watched the heavenly pillar-like black shadow, and in that moment, he felt the annihilation of all things, everything returning to primal chaos. His move already possesses a part of the primal chaos mindset. Invincible and lonely for too long, facing such a formidable opponent excited Luo Feng so much that his blood boiled. Luo Feng instantly wielded his knife to counter the heavenly pillar-like black shadow, and at the moment of contact, his body shook violently, boom. He could feel the power of the pillar-like black shadow instantly transmitting into his body, causing a massive explosion within. Even Luo Feng, with his perfect divine body, sensed the extraordinary force of this move, instantly obliterating a significant portion of his divine power. In mid-air, Luo Feng's body burst out with blinding light. Beneath the terrible explosion, shockwaves radiated in all directions, much more powerful than the aftershocks of All Worlds as One. The intense explosion ripped open many wounds on the surface of Luo Feng's body. Watching Luo Feng in mid-air, his body tattered with many wounds, Heijumo was stupefied. The godly body hasn't collapsed. Heijumo couldn't believe it. His forbidden move had consumed a full 50% of his divine power, and with the previous depletion, only 30% was left, leaving him much weakened and completely unable to launch another forbidden move. All of Luo Feng's wounds healed automatically as he looked at Heijumo. Do you have any stronger moves? The towering and mighty Heijumo's heart trembled, and he fled without the slightest hesitation. Buzz. He instantly turned into a shadowy figure, tearing through the night sky, fleeing towards the far distance. It will probably take a few more days for the blue-purple blood crystal flower to mature and fall. I'll go to Huyang city first to ask for help, Heijumo thought, escaping with all his might. The Sha Kingdom's branch in Huyang city still had many experts. With a numbers advantage, I believe we should be able to handle this strange eternal true god. Buzz tilde. With just a distant look in his eyes, Luo Feng released an invisible fluctuation that instantly swept over Heijumo. Amidst his escape, Heijumo vaguely saw an endless vortex of black mist enveloping him, the black mist vortex instantly swallowing his will. As an eternal true god, who had endured the ravages of endless years, his will was naturally very strong. But the devouring power of the black mist vortex was too terrifying. It had almost completely annihilated his will upon contact. Heijumo, while fleeing, materialized in mid-air, tracing a parabola out of inertia and crashing heavily onto the ground, as if he had fallen asleep. I was completely overpowered in close combat, Luo Feng took a step and arrived near Heijuomo's body, looking at the mountain-like frame. It was only with the secret technique of willpower from the 9 netherworlds that I managed to take him down. This move was precisely the nightmare of the 9 netherworlds, a secret technique of willpower from the 9 netherworlds. In order to help the primordial ancestor, Luo Feng had also cultivated the 9 netherworlds to the eternal true god level. It was a complete legacy primarily focused on illusion techniques, and also contained 3 secret techniques of willpower. In terms of sophistication, the 3 secret techniques of willpower associated with the 9 netherworlds were rather ordinary and couldn't compare to the Lai Yuan technique. But with his terrifying will at the pinnacle of primal chaos, the seemingly ordinary nightmare of the 9 netherworlds still became very fearsome. The fact that I was forced to use a secret technique of willpower is enough for you to take pride in. Luo Feng swung the blood shadow knife in his hand, and the dim shadow of the blade pierced through Heijuomo's defenseless body, stabbing into Heijuomo's true god's heart. One strike, destroying the true god's heart. Heijuomo, in his days, was already dead. A star in the night sky dimmed, a sign that Heijuomo's small cosmos, deep in the night sky, was collapsing. In the night sky, stars shone brilliantly, countless stars twinkled, either dimming and collapsing or shining brightly. Every time a star dimmed, it signified the death of a creature. For the vast land of origin, the death of an eternal true god was like a small wave in the ocean, barely noticeable. This battle was truly not easy. Luo Feng touched his face. Having been roughed up not too long ago, his face took quite a few hits. My close combat is indeed very weak. From beginning to end, he had relied solely on the perfect divine body to withstand attacks. Body refining secret technique. Protective secret technique. Blade technique. Movement technique. He kept using only the blade of life and death, knowing nothing else. Luo Feng spotted the unprotected blue-purple blood crystal flower at a glance. The scent of the blue-purple blood crystal flower, no longer concealed by Heijuomo's power, began to spread rapidly. The blue-purple blood crystal flower. No wonder an eternal true god would fight so desperately for it. Luo Feng revealed a joyful expression. With a thought, his invisible power instantly enveloped the area, perfectly concealing the scent of the blue-purple blood crystal flower. He concealed his aura far better than Heijuomo, absolutely leaving no trace of flaws. Even as Luo Feng concealed the surroundings, he completely obscured the vast area where the battle had taken place. Even if a true god passed by, they would notice nothing amiss. Swoosh! The honest Morosa flew over from the distance, landing next to Luo Feng, and clicked his tongue in amazement as he looked at Heijuomo's corpse. Master, you've used the secret technique of willpower again. When you were dealing with me initially, it was this technique you employed. Willpower is also a part of my strength, Luo Feng said. That battle just now was totally one-sided, Morosa remarked with emotion. Luo Feng glanced at him. Morosa immediately covered his mouth, then he greedily eyed the array of weapons and treasures left by Heijuomo. This 8-armed eternal true god had quite a few weapons. If you want them, take them yourself, Luo Feng said. 2 spears are enough for me, Morosa said right away, summoning 2 black spears into his hands. He twirled the spears, his face filled with joy. At his level, weaker weapons were not as robust as his body. And eternal level weapons weren't so easy to come by. Morosa didn't have a single weapon that suited him up until now. With weapons, my strength will at least double, Morosa said gleefully. Just 2 spears are enough? Luo Feng asked. Yes, that's enough, Morosa replied. Once you're in Huyang City, you'll need some spending money. Luo Feng tossed a black-green jade vial to Morosa. After receiving it and taking a brief look, Morosa saw that the black-green jade vial contained more than 100 grains of sand, each with an embryonic universe within. There were also neatly cut primal chaos crystals and several piles of colorful stones. So these are the cosmic sand, primal chaos crystals, and primal chaos stones. 122 grains of cosmic sand, 30,000 primal chaos crystals, and a large amount of primal chaos stones, Morosa said curiously, very pleased. According to the currency exchange ratio of the land of origin, 1 grain of cosmic sand is equivalent to 10,000 primal chaos crystals, and even more valuable than 100 million primal chaos stones. Cosmic sand had become the highest currency denomination. How come he didn't have a single piece of armor? Morosa wondered aloud. Armor is much more expensive than spears, Luo Feng explained. His wealth was mainly spent on weapons and inheritance. The 8 spears alone are worth 8,000 grains of cosmic sand. Eternal true god level armor, whether in terms of forging difficulty, or the materials required, is far superior to weapons of the same level. Master, can I have his corpse? Morosa asked, eyeing Heijuomo's massive corpse with covetousness. He loved to devour small universes, but he also relished the corpses of super-strong beings. As long as he consumed enough energy, he could continue to grow. Wait until I'm done studying it, then it's yours. Luo Feng gathered all the spoils of war first. The spoils left by Heijuomo were quite decent. The 8 spears were about 8,000 grains of cosmic sand in value, the 19 Blackwater cones were also around 2,000 grains of cosmic sand, plus some cosmic sand he carried, piles of exotic beast materials, among others, totaling an estimated 15,000 cosmic sand in value, which Luo Feng also shared part of with Morosa. In the land of origin, bloodline cultivation methods are typical, Luo Feng said, studying the corpse for a moment. The bloodline inside this corpse is indeed very powerful. However, relying on the bloodline will only take you to the primal chaos overlord level at most. Luo Feng was aware of this as well. According to records from his master, Mountain Sitting Guest, and the Duandong River lineage, nearly half of the primal chaos overlords from land of origin had reached their positions through bloodline cultivation methods, while the other half had comprehended the primal chaos laws. And godly kings? Not a single one depended on bloodlines. I'll give you the corpse, Luo Feng said, glancing at Morosa. Hurry up and get into Star Tower. Yes, yes, yes. Morosa excitedly collected the massive corpse, subsequently getting absorbed into Star Tower to enjoy his feast to his heart's content. The most delicious food I've had since I was born. See a thnovelfire.net website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. Within one of the floors of Star Tower, Morosa drooled at the sight of the huge corpse in front of him and began to greedily absorb it. The corpse's immense divine power was continuously drawn into Morosa. Outside, Luo Feng was sitting cross-legged next to the blue-purple blood crystal flower, quietly waiting. The bloom of this blue-purple blood crystal flower lasts only 10 days in total, probably not many days left. Luo Feng was in a good mood, as the value of this blue-purple blood crystal flower was much higher compared to the treasures left by the deceased Heijuomo. Within Huyang City, a towering pavilion named Sky Cloud Tower soared into the clouds. At the very top of Sky Cloud Tower, Chairman Zonyun sat alone, gazing at the partially obscured view of the cityscape amidst the clouds. Chairman Zonyun's expression changed slightly as he took out an octagonal token. Through it, he could sense the other 12 eternal true gods from the Sha Kingdom's branch in Huyang City. At that moment, he lost the signal from one of them. The token, bestowed by the Marquis, could sense others within the range of the land of origin. Generally, a loss of signal indicated death. Heijuomo is dead. Chairman Zonyun was shocked. He died before he even reached Huyang City. Chairman Zonyun pondered, where he died and why, I have no idea. This must be reported immediately. He dared not hesitate. With a thought, a small cosmos descended. Clouds swirled around Sky Cloud Tower, naturally concealing the entire top floor. When eternal true gods invoke a thought generates the universe, most do so without stirring a ripple, even merging the descending cosmic scene naturally into the heavens and earth, thereby completely controlling the surrounding area. Without delay, Chairman Zonyun rose, giving reverence as he employed a secret technique. A speck of blood-red flame spontaneously sprang into existence, exuding an aura of disaster and darkness. Marquis, Chairman Zonyun said with respect, just now, my transmission token lost all contact with Heijuomo. His life token has shattered, he's indeed dead. The blood-red flame slowly emitted a disaster's aura, he died right after arriving at Huyang City. Was it an expert sent by Yu Kingdom? Or one sent by the Marquis of Zhujiang? Kingdom eyed the surrounding divine kingdoms predatorily, so naturally, its relations with Yu Kingdom were poor, and the covert conflicts never cease. The death of a subordinate was quite normal. He had not yet reached Huyang city. Chairman Zon Yun explained immediately. Oh? The blood-red flame questioned. He should have arrived. He Duomo should have arrived, today being the deadline. Chairman Zon Yun respectfully said, just today, I had contacted and urged him. Yet, he said he would need to delay a few days before arriving. He mentioned nothing else. The voice from the blood-red flame spoke. Since he said he could arrive after a few days' delay, he must still be in Zhujiang Primal Chaos Prefecture's territory. Pay attention and find out how exactly he died. Yes. Chairman Zon Yun said respectfully, Marquis, I'm somewhat short on experts on my end. Soon, you won't be lacking. The blood-red flame then vanished. Chairman Zon Yun let out a sigh of relief. He Duomo, that fool, lost his life just trying to travel. After reporting, Chairman Zon Yun settled back leisurely. The one who could kill him must be extraordinarily powerful. I certainly don't have the ability to investigate. The Marquis most likely won't blame me. Serving a primal chaos overlord, even coming to the territory of another country, taking such risks, Chairman Zon Yun naturally wanted to reap huge benefits. As for putting his life on the line, if he could avoid it, he would. Behind the death of He Duomo, one could tell there was a great expert involved. Chairman Zon Yun had no intention of investigating. If one were to always rush headlong into danger, Chairman Zon Yun wouldn't have lived so long. Asterisk 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 asterisk. Under the night sky. Luo Feng sat cross-legged next to that blue-purple blood crystal flower. That captured flying boat could be released after the blue-purple blood crystal flower was harvested. No rush. Arriving in the land of origin for the first time, and having an altercation with a native eternal true God truly revealed many of my deficiencies, Luo Feng mused. I've just become an eternal true God, and I haven't even begun cultivating many secret techniques. In this recent encounter, he was utterly outmatched in close combat. It was only by relying on his perfect divine body that he withstood all the attacks. If I encounter someone adept at trapping their foes, they might capture me in a few moves. Then, I'd have to count on the secret technique of willpower, or rely on a mechanical stream secret treasure. Luo Feng thought, in the long run, my opponents are likely to be on the level of 3 sovereigns of Kingdom. So, I still need to increase my strong points, practice the Lai Yuan technique, and elevate my willpower to a higher level. At the same time, advancing my major realm is crucial. I must find a way to break through to the Primal Chaos Lord realm. To become a Primal Chaos Overlord, I must comprehend the Primal Chaos laws, Luo Feng thought. On one hand, I need an active understanding of the Primal Chaos laws, and on the other hand, learning some secret techniques related to the Primal Chaos laws. He aimed to experience the basic mysteries of the Primal Chaos laws in practice. Combining practice and theory is the faster way to master the Primal Chaos laws. My chosen body refining secret techniques, Primal Chaos Great Strength Diagram, and World-Breaking 9 Blades, both lead towards the Primal Chaos realm. Luo Feng had plenty of secret techniques, although he was somewhat poor. For the foreseeable future, I shall mainly cultivate Primal Chaos Great Strength Diagram, and World-Breaking 9 Blades as well as Lai Yuan technique, and I will also practice Duan Mie, Dong Hua, and 9 Netherworlds. From the perspective of self-growth, he decided on his primary and secondary Dharma practices. The 3 great inheritances of Duan Dong River lineage were beneficial, but all were auxiliary, designed to make generations of inheritors better at saving their own lives. As for resources, inheritors had to fight for them themselves. This Primal Chaos Great Strength Diagram requires treating the godly body as a secret treasure during cultivation, demanding vast resources. I wonder how long this blue-purple blood crystal flower will suffice for my cultivation, Luo Feng pondered. The key to the godly body is the true God's heart. As long as one protects the true God's heart from harm, they may refine the godly body as they please. S.ea the novelfire.net * website on Google to access chapters of novels early and in the highest quality. Thus, generation after generation of powerhouses in the land of origin created various body refinement secret techniques. Without a doubt, the stronger the godly body's foundation, the better the effects of practicing body refinement secret techniques. Luo Feng, with his perfect divine body, naturally chose body refinement secret techniques to make his godly body even stronger. The resources needed for the body refinement secret techniques, I'll be able to purchase them after arriving at Huyang City, Luo Feng decided, then began to comprehend world-breaking 9 blades. Within one of the spaces in Star Tower, a flying boat resided here, and the clan leader along with a dozen true gods looked around this space perplexedly, sensing an endless expanse of grey at the edges of space, with time itself completely sealed off, utterly unable to leave. Clan leader, what exactly does the Supreme intend by capturing us here? Could they be considering us as test subjects? I've heard that many true gods in Huyang City went to test medicines. Could the Supreme be planning to use us to try out medicines? The true gods within the group speculated wildly, all feeling somewhat uneasy, given that they were completely powerless to resist. Suo Zi and Suo Yun, the 2 young true gods, also worried upon hearing the discussions of their older clan members. The clan leader laughed, if it weren't for the Supreme, we would all be dead by now. The Supreme has given us the grace of saving our lives. If there's anything he needs us to do, it would be our opportunity. In Huyang City, many true gods long for the chance to serve an eternal true god, but never have the chance. Having had dealings with eternal true gods, the clan leader was very clear that these lofty eternal true gods didn't care about those weaker than themselves. Since they had been saved, they would not take the trouble to kill them afterwards. Clan leader, what do we do now? Suo Zi asked. We wait patiently, replied the clan leader. Day and night cycled through their endless loop. A day on the land of origin was extremely long. Luo Feng spent 3 days cultivating next to the blue-purple blood crystal flower and gained some insights into the world-breaking 9 blades, Lai Yuan technique, and Duan Mie. A day in the land of origin is very long, roughly equivalent to a year on my home planet Earth, thought Luo Feng. Now the sky was clear, with clouds drifting by and daylight shining. However, if one looked up, they could still see the few most brilliant stars twinkling in the sky. Suddenly, Luo Feng noticed the fragrance of the flower becoming richer, to the point that it even made his soul consciousness feel extremely pleased. He immediately turned to look, and saw the blue-purple blood crystal flower swaying gently, its petals appearing as if they were emitting light. It's finally about to ripen completely. Luo Feng smiled. After emitting the richest fragrance, the light from the blue-purple blood crystal flower finally subsided, becoming ordinary, and silently breaking off from the stem, falling towards the ground. With a gesture from Luo Feng, the blue-purple blood crystal flower was enveloped in divine power and floated in front of him. I've heard that this blue-purple blood crystal flower greatly aids the cultivation of bloodlines, admired Luo Feng. However, I'm not a native of the land of origin, and thus I cannot practice the bloodline cultivation method. The geniuses who came to the land of origin from the primordial cosmos could only comprehend the laws. Those born on the land of origin had various special bloodlines hidden in their bodies, qualifying them to enter the bloodline cultivation method. Luo Feng stored the blue-purple blood crystal flower in a wooden box. It's time to head to Huyang City. With a single step, Luo Feng traversed the void and left, also summoning Morosa and Mo Yu-hu to his side. Mo Yu-hu, continue to lead the way, said Luo Feng. Yes, Mo Yu-hu dared not ask any more questions. He glanced around in all directions and continued to lead the way. Luo Feng looked at Morosa beside him. You seem quite pleased with yourself. Big gains. There were indeed quite a few. Morosa revealed a look of joy and telepathically conveyed, Master, if such good fortune came 1,000 times over, I reckon I'd have hopes of reaching the primal chaos realm. Luo Feng glanced at him. Devouring 1,000 eternal true gods. What a daring thought. Better stick to absorbing the power of heaven and earth, Luo Feng said, no longer paying him any mind. The energy of the land of origin was so dense that it formed a mist, making absorbing the power of heaven and earth quite effective. Whoosh! After traversing the void for a long time, Luo Feng's eyes suddenly brightened. What's that? As a being with a perfect divine body, Luo Feng's observational range was extremely vast. He now saw an endlessly majestic city at the end of his flight path. This city was like the wall of the world, its walls higher than any mountain Luo Feng had seen since arriving in the land of origin. Compared to its height, the true body of Heiduomo was less than 1/10,000th of the height of the city wall. Under the covering mist formed by the power of heaven and earth, the majestic city appeared indistinct, making it impossible for Luo Feng to see the end of the walls. Although I've long known about the enormity of the land of origin's major city fortresses, seeing them with my own eyes is still shocking, thought Luo Feng. Supreme, we will soon arrive at Huyang City, Mo Yu, who also saw the outline of Huyang City in the distance, said, in the entire Zhujiang Primal Chaos Prefecture, there are only 3 large cities. Each of these large cities is built upon the ruins of Primal Chaos, and is the result of the combined efforts of masters from the mechanical school, forming an incredibly stable fortress. As they approached, Mo Yu pointed ahead. Supreme, the east city gate of Huyang City is ahead. Those 2 massive floating objects above the eastern city wall belong to 2 of Huyang's 10 great legions, the Vine Jiao Legion and the Golden Jade Legion. Luo Feng looked over and saw a vast mass of greenery floating above the southern side of Huyang City's wall, a huge plant teeming with branches and vines through which countless true gods were entering and exiting this colossal plant. On the northern side of the city wall, a giant golden octahedron floated, just as large, with countless true gods moving in and out along beams of light. A massive plant and a golden octahedron represented 2 of Huyang's 10 great legions. This video will end here.